Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Alpha 9 podcast. Last episode we covered SCP 173. However, I feel like I got a bit ahead of myself. I think I should probably take a step back and look at more of what the SCP Foundation is, how it started, what it's about, and all the different units and stuff so that there's no confusion in further episodes. So, without further ado, I'd like to dive into an explanation of how the SCP Foundation started. As far as literally how it started. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I mean, literally the origins. Not the in-game origin or the lore origin, I mean how it all started. So, according to Wikipedia, it says the SCP Foundation originated in the paranormal forum of 4chan in 2007, where the very first SCP file, SCP-173, was posted by an anonymous user, later identified as Moto42, accompanied by an image of the sculpture Untitled 2004 by Japanese artist Izumi Kato. So, I've got a few other questions here. So, let's take a dive into the SCP Given Wiki. Starting from the very top. The SCP Foundation is a fictional, secret organization documented by the collaborative writing wiki project of the same name. Within the website's shared archive, the Foundation is responsible for capturing, containing, and studying various paranormal, supernatural, and other mysterious phenomena unexplained by science, known as anomalies, SCPs, or SCIPs, while also keeping their existence hidden from the rest of human society. Here we are given the example of the SCP logo, which is the logo I have as my profile here. It is the circle with some arrows pointing into it and an outline. It's all black and white. The type of site is a collaborative fiction project, which is group made. It's available in English and 15 other languages. It's scp-wiki.wiki. Like wikidot.com. Registration is optional, and it was first launched officially on January 19th of 2008, 15 years ago. July 19th, 2008 is what we use as our current site. It's currently still active, and it's under content license CC BY-SA 3.0. The collaborative writing project operates on the wiki-like website SCP Wiki and includes elements of many genres such as horror, science fiction, and urban fantasy. The majority of works on the SCP Wiki consist of thousands of SCP files, mock confidential scientific reports that document various SCPs and associated containment procedures. The website also contains Foundation tales, short stories featuring various characters and settings in the SCP universe. The Wiki's literary works have been praised for their ability to convey horror through a quasi, don't say quasi, scientific and academic writing style, as well as for their high standards of quality. So again, I would also like to throw some props their way. Their site is very high function at all times. It's amazing. That's where I get most of my information for these episodes. Now, SCP Universe has inspired numerous fan-made adaptations in widely varying forms of media, including books, comics, video games, animated and live-action short films. Let's look at the community. Now, if we look at the SCP Wiki's original logo, representing SCP-529, the front half of a cat, which behaves as a normal cat in all ways except that it lacks a back half. While on edit this. The SCP Foundation originated in the Paranormal Forum of 4chan 2007, and the very first SCP, SCP-173, was posted by an anonymous user identified as Moto42. Blah blah blah, picture by Izumi Kato. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Now, moving on. Although displeased with the unlicensed use of his art, Kato allowed the use of the photo explicitly for the non-commercial purpose of the community. Initially a standalone short story, many additional SCP files were created shortly after. These new SCPs copied SCP-173's style and were sent with the names set within the same fictional universe. A standalone wiki was created in January 2008 on Edit This, a wiki hosting service, to display the SCP articles. The Edit This website did not have moderators or the ability to delete articles. Members communicated through individual article pages, and the X board, which I'm assuming is part of 4chan. The website lacked a central discussion forum. In July of 2008, the SCP Wiki was transferred to its current wiki.website website after Edit This switched to a paid model. Untitled 2004 was removed from the entry for SCP-173 in 2022. In the video format, which is on the YouTube channel Alpha 9 Productions, will be showing the pictures for this. The current wiki.website website contains numerous standard wiki features such as keyboard searches and article lists, blah blah blah. That's stuff that we don't need to know. Apart from the original English wiki, blah blah blah. Cultural impact, explanatory notes, maybe. Okay. SCP officially stands for Special Containment Procedures. In the organization's name, the organization also has the backronym, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say acronym, not backronym, motto: Secure, Contain, Protect. So, I was also one of those that was under the impression that SCP stood for Secure, Contain, Protect, because that makes sense. But because it's not included in the logo, the Special Containment Procedures was kind of not very associated with the logo or the name. But it does fit, so that makes sense. Commonly used object classes include safe. SCPs tame enough to be trivially contained, such as most inanimate objects. Euclid or Euclid. Nobody knows how to pronounce these. SCPs require substantial effort to contain, such as living organisms. Keter. Difficult or dangerous SCPs that either cannot be fully contained or that require overly complex and elaborate procedures to contain. Thaumiel. SCPs used to contain other SCPs and or are beneficial to the Foundation. Neutralized. SCPs that are either destroyed or ceased anomalous behavior. Several hundred SCPs use an unofficial classification system that displays information in addition to containment difficulty. Including deliberate humorous joke SCP objects that were archived or decommissioned in lieu of deletion and translation of SCPs from foreign language branches. Okay, let's see what else I can find here. References. See also. Creepypasta, Men in Black, The X-Files. Cultural impact. The works represent on the SCP Foundation website have been the subject of numerous inspiration, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, films and videos. SCP Overlord is a 35-minute live-action thriller short film directed by Stephen Hancock, not Handcock, H-A-N, Cock, and written by Evan Muir. Muir. M-U-I-R. Reception. What's reception? Oh. Reception. Synopsis. So let's look at the synopsis, which is one of the bigger parts of understanding the SCP lore. I already went through the different kinds of SCPs, so... Big sip. The fictional setting centers around the findings and activities of the SCP Foundation, an international secret society consisting of a scientific research institution with a paramilitary intelligence agency to support their goals. Despite their extremely secretive nature, the Foundation is entrusted by governments around the world to capture and contain various unexplained paranormal phenomena that defy the known laws of nature, referred to as anomalies, SCP objects, SCPs, or informally known as SCIPs. They include living beings and creatures, artifacts and objects, locations and places, abstract concepts, and incomprehensible entities which display supernatural abilities or their extremely unusual properties. If left uncontained, many of the more dangerous anomalies will pose a serious threat to humans or even all life on Earth. All information regarding the existence of the Foundation and SCPs are strictly withheld from the general public in order to prevent mass hysteria that would supposedly occur if they were leaked and allow human civilization to continue functioning under a masquerade of normalcy. Now, I agree with this because when I was a lot younger, I'm going to say 9, I had a sleepover with a friend, and the friend's little brother was being rude, and I said, "You can only sleep in our room tonight if you watch this video with me." And I looked up 10 scariest monsters, and it pulled up the 10 scariest SCPs, and I watched through it without a care in the world, and he did not. Mind you, I was 9 and he was 6, so I'm glad he didn't watch it, because even though I was 9 or 10, and I had a basic understanding of what was real and what wasn't, because of the fact that they were supposedly anomalies and hidden from most people, I was under the impression that they could be real, and I got no sleep that night at all. I stayed awake the whole night. They went through the big 3 of SCP-173, 096, 049, and let's see, they did the zombie one. I don't remember what the zombie one was. 106, I think, the old man that lives in an alternate universe. So yeah, that was fun. So I completely agree with that statement. If word got out that there was a containment facility for these things and they were real, mass hysteria would break out. People would not be able to sleep. I tried to calm myself down by thinking they've got it contained. They've done it for years. And this was me knowing that they were fake too. I was still traumatized at the age of 9 or 10, maybe even 11. This wasn't that long ago. I'm only 16. Continuing the article, moving away from that little brief rant there. Whenever an SCP anomaly is discovered, teams of undercover Foundation agents, often called mobile task forces, are deployed to either collect and transport the object to one of the organization's many secret facilities, or to contain it as its location of discovery if transported is not possible. If any anomaly is too widespread, elusive, or otherwise inaccessible, the containment usually consists of suppressing all knowledge of the SCP from the public. This is accomplished through censorship of mass media by by dosing all eyewitnesses with anesthetic drugs, which erase their memories of all anomalous events. At the Foundation's secret facilities, SCPs are studied and researched by the scientists in order to improve containment methods for them. The Foundation also acquires disposable human test subjects called D-Class personnel, who are usually, though not always, convicted criminals taken from prisons around the world, and forces them to take part in experiments with potentially dangerous SCPs in order to avoid risking the safety of Foundation employees themselves. The Foundation maintains documentation for all SCPs which they are aware of, which can include or link to related reports and files. These documents describe the SCPs and include instructions for keeping them safely contained, as well as supplementary incident reports. I had trouble saying that. Or experimentation logs. So that's what this podcast is going to be a lot about. It's going to be mostly focused on all those logs. So since there are like 5,000-ish SCPs, there's a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if it was over 5,000 at this point. So yeah, this podcast is just going to be me reading through every single forum for each SCP. And then, when we get done with that, which we won't, because I don't think I can even do that, I think we're just going to go through the first series, which is like the first 2,000. Well, no, not even the first 2,000, I don't think. I don't know. I could go through them one by one. And just occasionally, as it pops up, I could do the interactions and doctor stuff. But, yeah, I guess by the end, hopefully I'd have more than 2 viewers. But, you know, I'm not allowed to get all in an antsy about it yet because I've only uploaded 2 episodes. So, 2 episodes, 1 episode getting 2 views in 1 day. It's pretty freaking cool, so I'm not going to complain. Continuing the forum, apart from Foundation itself, there are numerous rival organizations referred to as groups of interest, or GOIs, which are also actively involved with the paranormal world. Notable examples include Chaos Insurgency, a terrorist splinter group consisting of ex-Foundation defectors who attempted to capture and weaponize SCPs, the Global Occult Coalition, GOC, a secret parliamentary group, agency of the United Nations, which specializes in destroying supernatural threats instead of containing them, and the Serpent's Head, a military group which advocates for the rights of anomalous beings, resisting both the Foundation and GOC's efforts to suppress paranormal activity worldwide. Other GOIs seek to exploit anomalies by producing or selling them for monetary profit, or using them for their own religious, political, or ideological goals. So that's a pretty decent rundown of the SCP world. So looking at some of the more common or popular SCPs, obviously we've got 173, the Peanut or the Statue, 096, the Shy Guy, 049, the Plague Doctor, let's see, 087, the Staircase, 999, which is the little slime dude. He's a little happy slime dude. 3008, the Infinite IKEA. Those are just some of the more common ones that can also be included commonly in everyday culture. Other than that, I don't think we have anything else that we need to include as far as that goes. I might, let's see. I'm going to look into SCP task force ranks, because I know that's mentioned a lot. So, the ranking is training operative, task force operative, task force elite operative, task force sergeant, lieutenant, and leader. Let's see. Now, the ranks are overview. Would be from level 0 for official, level 1 confidential, 2 restricted, 3 secret, 4 top secret, and 5 Thamuel. Let's see. Rankings and task force. Now, I'm trying to find a name. I don't know what to call them. They're a part of the SCP Foundation. They're not part of the task force, though. Like the Nine-Tailed Fox and Zeta-19, MTF, Task Force, EMP, Epsilon. So I'm going to look at each of those and tell you what they do. Nine-Tailed Fox is opposing of Chaos Insurgents. So, you know, shit hits the fan, they drop the nuke. As far as I can tell. Let's see. Zeta-19, a light aerospace fighter manufactured by the Corporate Sector Authority, used by ESPOs. Stolen craft were used by criminals in neighboring... I think that's just a real thing. I don't think that's part of the SCP fandom. Task Force 121, United States Department of Defense Special Operations Task Force. EMP. Classification provides list of the top European Master Points, EMP, holders in various categories for various periods. I'm beginning to think that these are becoming more and more related to the real world and not SCP. Task, spelled T-A-S-C. Another special task force was consulted by Kamatana and Tamananidu. I'm butchering these names, dude. To nab forest bandits and snailwood smugglers. I think we've strayed from the SCP fandom gently into the real world. Let me see. SCP 9, Nine-Tailed Fox. So that's a game in the SCP. You are leader of Foxtrot Unit 1, Nine-Tailed Fox, a highly trained force tasked with recontaining a multitude of terrifying anomalies. So, Nine-Tailed Fox is basically what I said. Shit hits the fan, they handle it. If it's not handleable, they nuke it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. I believe that, ooh, there we go. Okay, so we've got Nine-Tailed Fox. We've got Mobile Task Force. Ooh. Okay, so there's a bunch of different troops. So the Nine-Tailed Fox is obviously like a fox head with 9 little tails. I don't know. SCP Foundation troops. Let's see if we can find it that way. Troops. Okay, I found it. Okay, MTF units, or Mobile Task Force, is a team that has chance to come in as reinforcement. Some MTF units use units specialized in containing certain SCPs. So other than Scientist Guard, Class D personnel, and SCPs, Soldiers of Chaos and Surgery, there are Zeta 9 Mole Rats, Tau 1, Tau 5, PSI 8, Beta 7, Nu 7, Mu 4, Alpha 1. So that's not all of these though. So I'm going to take a shot in the dark based on these little, I'm going to put this up, based on these little patches. So, Nine-Tailed Fox, I'm guessing the second one is Chaos and Surgery. Mobile Task Force. Riot Control. Riot Control is what I'm going to go for the third one here. It's some little torches and pitchforks, so I'm guessing that's Riot Control. Now we have what looks like a gas mask. I'm gonna say Special Task Force unit of some kind. Now we've got what looks like someone catching an arrow. It's just a hand grabbing an arrow. That, I'm gonna guess that has something to do with recontainment. Maybe. Then the next one, I have no clue what that is. I'm just gonna skip it. This looks like a razor blade. Still don't know what that is. So somebody next to a nuke. I'm gonna guess that's who nukes the facility. Some angel wings around a box. No clue. A person with an arrow through their foot. No clue. Now we've got like the USB symbol. So that's probably somebody that's involved with technology. Then there's pitchforks looking at a deep sea monster. So that's just going to be some sort of underwater containment. Toxic containment is what I'm going to guess for little toxic barrel. Aerospace containment, which is arrows pointing at a bird. Don't know what that is. Just gonna skip it. What are you? It's a little star with a bunch of curved arrows pointing towards it. No clue. Also no clue. I can't make that out. A ghost with arrows pointing through it. I'm gonna guess that's supernatural phenomenon. And a little flower plant thingy. I guess that's specifically shrubbery SCPs. And then animal SCPs is what I'm going to guess for little horse. Although it's got an email symbol, so maybe that's, dealing with social work. Those are my guesses. Yeah, that's all I've got for that. So next is kind of like just internal speculation of SCPs themselves. This is not included in the wiki. We are now switching over to me talking like a crazy person. So, looking at SCPs, they're anomalies that don't fit into, the basic function of how SCPs supposedly work and all that. Ooh, that almost fell. Oops. So yeah, they don't abide by the laws of physics, supposedly. But then, what do they do? So we know that they're obviously anomalies. I'm really circling around here a lot. I touched on it last episode. What if they could be like aliens sending stuff? Oh, big yawn. Yeah, sending stuff down to Earth to kind of fuck with humans, right? To annoy us or maybe try to kill us. Because some of these could be world-ending. And given by the fact that they don't abide by the laws of physics, they're unearthly. But they're obviously not godly, except for... spoiler alert, there's an SCP that's literally just God. So, I can't really think of anything though. Thinking of nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't want to end it here though, because we're only at 30-ish minutes. So, I guess I've done all the real research I can do here. There's not really a whole lot I can do. I don't want to split this episode because it would be kind of awkward to do a immediate transition into all that jazz. So I'm just gonna kill it here. Yeah, I'll edit this in a bit and I'll have it out hopefully by around 10 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, see ya.